Okay, we're going to adjust the title block fields. So we need to get into the sheet format. You can right click and go to edit sheet format, or from the sheet format tab, go to the edit sheet format, and that's going to go into the background. And then we're going to be able to select our area. So the title block fields, the area where the fields are going to exist, we'll go ahead and make this the editable area. And then the text fields. And we'll go ahead and put a tooltip. So if we hover over that area, it will tell us what we're looking at. And then the date and the drawn by. Okay, so we need to test this and make sure that it worked. In the previous video was pretty sure I got this working, but all right. So there's the screen, or the pop-up activates, and we can go in and I can put in initials or name. And let's see, today is 10/25, 2025, and then hitting tab. Oh, well, we'll just call it a drawing, if I can spell. All right, so we have our items entered into the title block data. We go ahead and hit OK, and that gives us our settings. So I don't really want those in the template. So we'll go ahead and see if we can delete those out. All right, so those are cleared out. And the other items that we would want to put in, we can borrow. We can obtain from the other default drawings. So if there's something of interest, maybe I'll go to the B size and see its layout. All right, so things like the tolerances, the unless otherwise specified. I can copy that, and let's go back over to and see if this one can edit the sheet format. All right, so just wanted to check if they would go back and forth. Now on the control tab, we should be able to switch, and I can select multiples. Now anywhere you see the $sign, the string PRP sheet, that is going to reference the file properties in that sheet. So let's go ahead and paste. We'll make a little more room. I usually like to include a fourth decimal place, so let's go ahead. Angular machining plus or minus 1. We need a symbol for our degree, so we're going to go find the, well, it's the center line symbol, but we're going to find the degree, and angular machining plus or minus, just so we have a placeholder. If it's critical, we'll probably dimension it at the point. So 2-place decimal, we could go 0.02, half a millimeter. 3 decimal places, standard is 5 thousandths, and 4 decimal. And let's just go ahead and copy that so we get the same format and don't really have to come over. We could find the plus minus in the symbols. So really, I want it to be a tight tolerance, but I don't want it to be a I say at a crazy tight tolerance. We want enough to build it in, and then if I need a plus, minus a couple of tenths, then I call it out specifically. But at least if a four decimal place pops up, plus or minus one is still reasonably achievable. So ASME Y 14.5 2018 gives us our geometric tolerancing. We'll shift back, Control Tab to the other sheet. Don't really need the proprietary scale, weight. Those are nice. If we're doing the full geometry. Let's see, what else do we want to put in here? Notes. As far as a logo, we can find, make our own, find something, our company logo online, the branding, and then we also want to check. This is 1031 by 201. It certainly doesn't need to be that big. 8.56 kilobytes. That's not huge, but we could make it a little bit smaller. So this is just the Windows editor. We can resize the image, and don't really want to sacrifice the image quality, but new. Okay, went to 87. Maybe let's cut that in half and go 500 by 97. And that drops it to 14 kilobytes. So if I save that, let's find a location. I think I just have that in my downloads. And don't really want to overwrite, so I'll just give it a resize. Okay, so if we drag and drop this, we don't have, can't be edited. Let's see, okay, how about a copy and paste? Let's see, Control V, cannot be pasted. All right, so we're gonna have to do the insert, and let's see, an insert of the picture, and we're gonna go find the downloads, find my resized. All right, so again, the issue isn't so much that the size or the resolution. It's when we get into the larger sizes, each additional sheet, if we make multi-sheet drawings, will have an accumulated effect of building in more size to the drawing. The first one of these that I made, I used about a 1 meg really high resolution logo. And then I did a multi-sheet drawing that had 15 or 16 sheets and wondered why my drawing was 20 megs. So anyway, if we don't need that level of resolution, it looks good on the other sheet. We resize it. We don't want to add that much to the drawing. So this gives us enough to work with. We're going to do a save. Nope. Need to save the sheet format. Just out of habit, I'm going to save the sheet format first. I think it's a good practice. This is my A size inch landscape, so let's make sure it exists down here. Or did I pass it? Yeah, there it went. A size inch landscape. We're going to overwrite it. Yes. And then we need to save the document template. So save as, and we're going to look for our drawing templates, DRW-DOT. This is going to jump directly to the templates. So whenever you're doing these types of saves, be aware that the next file that we save is going to try to go to that last folder. We need to make sure that we update the location. All right, so close this. Let's see, I don't really have enough on the screen, but there we go. This is showing as the DRW.dot. Anything we save in here stays in here. And so, let's see, we don't need that one. So now we need to test our custom template. All right, so the main thing is if I add a new sheet, is it going to find it? We've had issues in the past where we had to go into options. So if you're using a previous version or that isn't coming across seamlessly, then drawing sheets, we can force it to use a different sheet format. Or if you're going to have a title page and then want to use a simpler title block for additional sheets, you could have two sheet formats to work from, open up the template with all of your document settings, and then when you add additional sheets, then it goes to a more simplified format. All right, so we're going to test this out a little bit more with the drawing assignment and go through the process of making a single sheet and the multi-sheet drawings.